Let's do it. Y'all, get them in the building.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Shalom alaikum. Peace be
Young
unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, man, we had to hit you with one tonight, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're coming in and you're a sucker and you're going to be, try to make fun, you will be blocked. I'm telling you. So don't do it. Don't do it. And we got the comments on subscribe only, but there's some demons out here that are subscribed just to make fun. These type of guys. Now we came on to address some of the questions and concerns in what we're doing with the new AI program and things. Some people love it, some people don't. So we coming in. We got a couple complaints. Some dude left a long comment, and it seemed like he coming from an Islamic perspective. So this tape is collective conscious. So we're talking about the collective conscious. Seems like he coming from an Islamic perspective. We don't got no problem with it. But everything that he said was negative. He had nothing positive to say. And his main complaint was the young elder is taking things from everywhere. He's taking things from Dr. York. He's taking things from this guy, that guy. And he's fusing it all together. He's tying everything in together. Who does that? It's not right. Who does that? And when he asked that question, who does that? He pretty much answered the question. Because Tahuti is the one that told us to tie everything in together. So I don't know what he's getting at when he's saying, man, why you tying all this stuff together? Don't you want it to be tied together, brother? Who are you with? Don't you want to put the puzzle together? Whose side you on? Are you on the side that try to divide and conquer? Because that side, they were referred to as the Luciferians. They divide and conquer. They subtract. Our team, we add and multiply. Tahuti said, we don't die, we multiply. So when you ask the question, the Muslim brother that said, why is he he's got all this stuff tying it in together? Boy, that's some crazy shit. He's tying all this stuff in together. Well, he told us to tie it all in together. So what we're doing is they say, some people say, oh yeah, well, he's making it up. He's making stuff up. How could you make up something that don't exist? You can't make a cake from nothing. You have to have things that already exist to create that cake. Like flour, if you make it, even if you call it yourself making it from scratch, using flour, egg, all that still. So there's things here already. If they say I'm making it up, right? But here's the thing: if I'm making it up, then that means you can do it. So let me see you produce the likeness thereof. So the problem is you niggas ain't had this school of Mark Brady. A lot of people ain't had that school of Mark Brady, the school of misinformation. That's what you hadn't had. And you need to make sure your arm's long enough when you step in the ring to fight against God. You got to be able to reach way up there now. So they go out to say, another thing they go out to say is that young elder can't prove the existence of these extraterrestrial beings that he's talking about. And I say to you, make up something that don't exist. Tell me something that don't exist. Somebody drop it in the chat. Give me something. Tell me something that never existed. And phase one gave the best response. He said, "Yabba dabba do," right? He said something like that, right? And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "That's nothing." But see, you got to realize, no thing is still a thing. No thing is still a thing, brother. I'm not talking about phase. I'm just saying in general, no thing is still a thing. So how could I describe something in great detail like this if it didn't exist? Think about that. Yeah, they not like us. That's what the problem is. And we separating the wheat from the tap at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of you people who can't get what we're doing with the information, don't worry about it. Don't watch it. Go do your own tapes. Drop your tape if you don't like what we putting out. We already told you what you could do with the complaints. Yeah, we got all Zachariah snitchings, call him snitching, right? We got Zachariah because he snitched on the Anunnakis. We got Zachariah Stitch's work, which, to be honest with you, like if you go read the Zachariah Stitching, put his books out before the Holy Tablets. Let's get down to it. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Doc went out and got Zachariah Stitch's work and read it. And when he read it, he said his memory came back. And when his memory came back, he said, "Oh yeah, I remember." Then so he wrote his own perspective on it, and partially part of that is in the Holy Tablets about the planet ship, the Nubru. Doc made it make more sense for his people, right? When he did the storyline of the Anunnakis and the Sumerian tablets and all that, he made it because what they were doing is, and it's another thing, it's another complaint that they got. They said he's making everybody white. I mean, everybody's black, right? All these people are black. Their people are black. Everybody's being made black, but they ain't complain. And most of these rogue so-called Caucasians who are complaining about this, they said that he made the Native Americans black. He making everybody black, right? First of all, we don't accept in some arenas we don't accept the word black, right? Because black is not a nationality or whatever. If niggas don't want to get into nationality, we could go another route with it. We got different perspectives on the word black, right? Black is for all though. Black is all. I'm telling you, we can get into that part too. Okay. Hold on, what we got? Yeah, okay. Okay, Sarah. We know who you is. Hey, appreciate that. Good looking out. Yeah. So as we was saying, cause I told you if you come in here, you tripped out, you're gonna get blocked. So you can go create another page to come back and hate on the young elder. We already told you what you could do with your complaints. Now, write that down, fold that up, and you know where to stick it. Now, yeah, if I blocked you, you got blocked for a reason. If I blocked your ass, it's because you was doing some stupid shit. That's why you got blocked. Yeah. So as we proceed, they said they're making everybody black. I mean, yeah, we're making everybody black, right? And they ain't we didn't complain when y'all did it for the last 100 years. They made Cleopatra black. I mean white. They made Jesus white. They made God white, angels white. It's all the extraterrestrials white in all the movies, Star Trek, all it. And for you people that say, "Oh yeah, well he getting it from a movie." In this next video we're about to put out probably tomorrow, we're gonna play a clip from Dr. Malachi Z York where he say a lot of the stuff that they put in the movies are real people. We already got the short already on YouTube. So we're gonna play that cut for you tomorrow in this other video, surprise video that we putting out. It's gonna be lit. Been working on it for the last couple days. So we ain't been going live because we write books nonstop. I'm probably writing on my almost done with the second book. I'm really done with the second book already. I'm just proofreading it right now. So I done wrote 2 books recently, and we're gonna start putting those books out maybe like next week sometime. Okay. What do y'all think the Blackfoot tribe look like? That's funny. The Blackfoot is another name for Muskokees, Native American Indians. Another name for them is the Creek. Uh, if you want to get an idea of what they look like, Angela Bassett is from the Muskogee Creek Blackfoot. The actor Angela Bassett. Uh, I'm really just using names that I know most of y'all might have seen on TV. Uh, yeah, so the movies is called Hidden. They do a thing called Hidden in Plain Sight. The CIA was connected with the Majestic 12, and so when they capture some of these crabs or these beings, what the CIA would do is send some of the transcripts, would rewrite the transcripts on these beings and send certain pictures of these beings to certain CIA's directors, because a lot of the directors work for the CIA. That's what Wag the Dog and all that's about. What's the moon faking the moon land and all that's about. It's all connected to the dark space program. But they would send these pictures over to these makeup artists and things, and they would draw these beings up and put them in movies. A being by the name of Credo Mutwa from the Zulu tribe, a priest. He make mention of the creature that's in can't think his name, Dark Maul, that's in one of the Star Trek films is actually a real how they really look, how these nomos beings really look. That came down in these shiny objects is how they refer to them as. Yeah, so you go watch that Majestic 12 tape I just put out, which is it explains some of that information. Now, another thing they saying he's using Dr. Malachi Z York's work. Of course, I'm using Dr. Malachi Z York work. I'm a student of Dr. Malachi Z York. Now they saying, oh well, he's adding stuff to it. Of course, I'm adding stuff to it. Of course. See, what's happening is niggas mad because they can't do what we doing. They mad because they can't do what we doing. And the thing is, when Elijah Muhammad came along, Elijah Muhammad was talking about the mother plane. He was mentioning of, there were people on Mars. And he went into a little bit of detail, but he couldn't go into too much because niggas thought he was crazy already when he told them about the mothership. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't go. Elijah Muhammad put out a tape saying that, the people on Mars. And people were like, oh yeah, we'll do a question and answer right after this, bro. We'll do a question and answer because I ain't paying attention to the chat. Yeah, but they thought the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was crazy. So he couldn't they were stuck in Islam. So he couldn't really go too much into it. He just went a little bit into it to some people about some of the sciences that we knew as the creators and cream of the crop and makers of the universe. Right. And so back in the 30s and 40s, Elijah Muhammad was talking about, Pluto is 4.6 billion miles away. They wasn't even the government and them people didn't even know that information. They didn't even have the right type of telescopes to look to figure out that information. And how the hell some dude that they say they didn't have a third grade education telling you how much the planet weighs and how far the Pluto is away, right? But Elijah Muhammad couldn't go too much into it because they thought he was crazy. Elijah Muhammad told them about Yaku, the big head scientist, but he didn't go into they were the Knuckles and Redskins and all this. He didn't go into that. So therefore, another being came along. Melchizedek, Dr. Malachi Z York, came along and added more to what Elijah Muhammad was saying. He added to what the mother plane was. He added to what the big head scientist, the Yaku story. He added to everything that Elijah Muhammad did because it's like a race. It's like a race, a relay race. Elijah Muhammad running with the baton. He trying to get us there. And y'all didn't listen to him. And he trying to get us there. And then he run, and then he handed it to Doc. Doc take it and run with it. And say, okay, y'all, Yaku was a mixed dude. He was mixed with the Teru, the Coneheads, the Germanians, and he was mixed with the Danakal people. His dad was named Yishak. He went into the names of these people, how he gave more pictures of them. He went more into what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was doing because it's a relay race. And so now young elder come along, and I'm not saying I'm just as like them guys, right? But what I'm saying is I continued it. I'm still going forward with it. I'm not stuck. I'm adding more to it, just like Doc did with Elijah Muhammad. I'm adding more to what Doc said because it's more because that was when he put that stuff out. That was over 30 years ago. And 30 years have passed, more information had come out. They barely had the type of internet systems that we got now and the search engines that we got now. Back then, when Doc was putting together, they had to do everything just about on foot. They had to go to the Library of Congress. They had to get this person to send them this book. They had to get that, go do foot work to do research. While we could just sit right here on the computer and crack the code right here on the computer, on the laptops. So what I'm doing is, since there's more information out now, and Doc used to always say, go check it out. Don't believe me, go check it out. So when I went to go check out anybody else that had information on what Doc was saying in the Holy Tablets, we come up with the Zechariah Stitching. And there's many other guys that's older than Zechariah Stitching that got information on that. Zechariah Stitching actually got his information, some of his information from. That's what I'm saying. So you get mad at, he said they going out to say, oh, young elders taking Doc's work and adding on to it. Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Why would you sit there and let a man, if a man was building something or a man loaned you some money and he told you, hey, flip this for me. So when I get out, you will have double or triple what I gave you. It's a story like that in the scriptures about a king who gave different wealth to three different people, and they did three different things with it, right? And so that's what we're doing is we growing it. We going on. Now, like I say, they saying I'm making stuff up, but you can't make nothing up that don't exist already. And half of it, You talking about extraterrestrials. When I talk to tell you about the insect beings or the bird beings, you say, "Oh, that's not real. That them bird beings don't exist." And then you walk right outside and see 10,000 birds. Come on, man. These people crazy. These people, you people are so far. There's a lot of people that's so far behind that ain't no helping them at this point. They ain't gonna be able to get on the rocket ship with us because they gonna be wanting to ask dumbass questions that they should already know the answer to. Is Dr. York telepathic? Yes, I would think so. I think so because I communicate with him all the time, and he say shit like like the last stuff that was recently going down when I was sitting here and I was telling the doc. He said my last orders was to stay out of it, stay out of it. Whatever is going, just stay out of it. Just keep doing what you was doing. Stay out of it. And then he said on the one tape, which was recently played, he said that he don't need no money. Take the money and do better videos. He told FaZe to do that, do better videos. So I'm taking the money and doing better videos. The little bit of money that we got. And check this out. You gotta understand what they're doing to us. The shit is crazy. Man, they doing everything in their power, Ashtar Command, to stop us. They created 3 decoy pages called the Young Elder. One's called, when you type my name in, the Young Elder now, none of my videos come up. Just all the African dude videos come up, who was a decoy, who just so happened to name his page the Young Elder Galactic Federation. Come on, man. And then he don't even talk about no galactic shit. He doing comedy and some African shit. Right. Go type Young Elder in, and you'll see that they've created 3 decoy pages to keep you from seeing my videos. They know what the time is, man. They know what the time is. I'm telling you, man. And then not only that, they don't never send you know my notifications. I had to delete. Right now I got 1,800 videos, but I had to delete over 500 videos, and a lot of them videos I didn't have a copy of. I had to delete them in like 1 or 2 days before they were trying to shut me down. I was on 2 strikes. Yeah, I had to delete 500 videos, and some of them videos were doc videos. I had to delete all doc videos and re-upload them because they were copyright striking. I was on 2 copyright strikes and 2 other content strikes, and all I need is 1 more copyright or 1 more other strike, and I was out of business. I'm telling you, man. So they've been trying to stop us from getting you to where you need to go. It's, and you know what? The only people that's complaining about what I'm doing is the bad gods. The bad gods complaining about what I'm doing. You know why? Because they say young elder is teaching the humans, and they won't need us no more. If I told you the story about Satuk, Satuk was a bad god who made humans bow before him to get whatever they needed to survive. For let's say, for instance, one of the things were fish. Humans didn't know how to fish, right? At least that's what the Anunnakis tell us, and I have reason not to believe that shit because the Homo erectus was eating fish. They were going to the lake eating fish before the Anunnakis came. As far as inking them, right? They was already eating fish. These Homo erectus. So that's another story. It's different perspectives on it. It's like I say, if you come in and you tripping in the comments, we're gonna kick you out, man. It says A, B, C, D. Yeah, man. So of course, like I was saying before, everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Of course, we adding to what Doc put out. Doc put that out 30 years ago. 30 years have went by. And you don't think there's no more new information out besides what Doc was doing then before they stopped him? Now, some of you people might say, oh, yeah, it is new information. The Patriarchs. Hey, well, put the Patriarchs out. Teach the Patriarchs. Right? It says late night class. Oh, yeah. We're getting it cracking. So all the complaints people got are mostly personal And really, a lot of the guys that's coming to complain or try to attack us to try to cast a spell is what it is, because they really wizards and witches and warlocks, right? And black devils, right? Because all the people that was going around calling us black devils, now they getting exposed as the black devil by Doc himself. Doc himself saying that they don't deal with you. So after that, you ain't nobody should be listening to nothing you saying in reference to Doc. After that, when Doc we heard it from the horse's mouth. So but everybody that come after the young elder always take a loss. Telling you, it always come around, because I'm a good being and I don't show nothing but love to everybody. I ain't never attacked nobody that ain't came after me 10, 15 times before I went to say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this person picking on me. That part, you know. And so yeah, we're gonna keep on dropping tapes. You can't stop us. They shadow banding us to the highest extreme. July, they ran some kind of scam where they took half our money on YouTube, and then they did something where now, boom, you can't even, if you type my name in, you only see my you don't see none of my videos. You see all the African dude and play right under my stuff. So that they got that set up so where when you click on my name, that everybody that say, oh yeah, this must be the young elder right here, this African dude. And they click, he get all my plays, he get all my subscribers, this African dude. Then they say, oh well, this African dude ain't good enough. We need an American type guy that they would think that this young elder. So they created another page called the Young Elders page. Boy, they doing everything they can do to try. And they created a Young Elders with an S Cash App. My Cash App is the Young Elder without an S. Right? So they doing all this to keep the Ashtar Command, to keep, because they were planning on herding you and feeding you to the reptilians in exchange for their immunity from paying the reptilians back. And that's why they want you to eat certain things so you can smell delicious and just like them, like Ashtar Command. What you think fast food is all about? This is Ashtar Command setup, man. McDonald's and all that. That's Ashtar Command. The golden arches. And y'all ain't put it together yet. Yeah, but so if you say some people say, oh, you can't prove none of them extraterrestrials. Like I said, I couldn't explain nothing to you that don't exist. And half of the shit I'm talking about, Doc already said it. And I put it out. Like the extraterrestrial, like the Ashtar Command. They act like I'm just the first person to start talking about Ashtar Command. Doc Ben said it. Or when I start talking about beings on Mars, Elijah Muhammad said it. Then Doc said it, followed it up and added more to it. Because from what Doc said and Elijah Muhammad said, I could take from this. When he said there's people on Mars, and Elijah Muhammad said they live a certain amount of years, but they still in a primitive state, kind of. I said, all right. Then Doc come along in the Holy Tablets, and he said, oh, well, these Anunnakis come along, Inky, Mother Ninti, Tahuti, Ningazita, right? And it was a couple more other people that I can name, like Ariska Gill and Nergal and them, that was involved a little bit in this project where they set up this laboratory on Mars and set up this Atom project. And during the Atom project, which took like 600 and some years, as they were trying to do these prototypes of trying to upgrade the Homo erectus to the Homo sapien, there were different deformities or defects. But these people that had the defects and deformities, Inky, having a good heart, let them live. And so these beings got left over on Mars. The people that was in between the upgraded phase between Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. So some of the people that live on Mars look like they're the first prototypes of Homo sapiens, left over from the Mars project. So we can put all that together based on what Doc gave us and what Elijah Muhammad gave us. That's how we move. Not only to mention, Doc said go check things out, so we go check stuff out. We got over 2,000 books in our library. My library is in my storage. We got over 200 books. 2,000 books on all kinds of different subjects. A lot of them books is doc books, and then we got books in PDF form. Most of the doc books in PDF form. Then not to mention, I wrote 8 books myself. Really, it'll be 10 once I finish this other book, probably either tonight or tomorrow. Now, like I said, when I get this PDF program lined out, I'm gonna go ahead and put the books out. Right now, you can get those other 8 books for $40. I got other 8 other books that's already out. You can get those books for $40 donation to the Cash App. And if you send 50, what I do is next week when I drop the other 2 books, I'll just send you the other 2 books too with the whole with the 8 books, right? What else we want to tell you? We'll take questions in a minute, man. But you cannot talk about something that don't exist in great detail. How could you if it don't exist? Some people say, oh, well, unicorns don't exist because I never seen one. Just because you never seen it don't mean it don't exist. But I can tell you this, give me a description of a unicorn. And I bet you could give me a description of it. And immediately when you could give me a description of it, you brought it into existence just by thinking it. So like they say, that one dude, where he had me laugh. He says, he's tying everything in together. He's fusing things together. When you rather me fuse it than confuse it. Now some niggas say, oh yeah, you're confusing it, right? But this one particular guy said that I'm fusing it. Fuse means to put 2 things together, to put 2 and 2 together. So I'm putting 2. So what he's saying is he's putting the pieces to the puzzle. He's putting 2 and 2 together. I don't like it. Who does that? Who does that? Tahuti, nigga. You just said who does it. Who did it? Tahuti. Tahuti tie everything in together. Tahuti make it all make sense. That's the part you gotta ask yourself. These cats are mad because they can't do what we doing. And if I'm making it up, then you go produce the like. Let me see you produce the likeness thereof. Now another thing I want to cover. They don't like that I say that King Yahweh is Inky. It's an avatar for Inky in this day and time. They don't like that I said that, right? Now we say to you, for all you people, and for the in-live picture, and for the new picture, Doc said that these people were living, breathing beings. They walk in the cool of the day. They live on. He said all this. I got it on tape. The Doc said they were real people. He seen them himself, right? So Young Elder found the pictures of them. We caught Enlil slipping in the newspaper over in Africa, right? So what I'll say to you, if you say the pictures that I produce are not the pictures of the guys, that means you know who the real people are. Because in alchemy, if you know what a thing is not, you must know what a thing is. And if you know what a thing is, you must know what a thing is not. Like hot is not cold. Neither is it warm, which is the thing that sits in the middle. Right? Because there's always 3 things here, because this whole universe is based off of 3. The atom has 3 parts. And then you can break that nucleus down to 3 parts. And then you can break the biop down to 3 parts. Or the biop is 2. The zillip, you can go into the zillip and break it down in 3 parts. And then there's another part inside of that 3 parts that you can break down into 3 parts. So you can go on and on and on and on and on till you get like that Erykah Badu song. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. So they complain. Their complaints is who doing it. Yeah, who else is doing it? Tahuti. The hell you mean? I'm saying though, man. He says, how you know he is Inky? That's what I'm saying. I'm glad you brought that back up, because I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to read the comments, make sure nobody ain't distant. Now, if you say it's not Inky, right, brother? If you say okay, that's not Inky, right? Then produce the real Inky, because you know who the real Inky is. I told you that's Inky. You say that it's not. I will bring me the real Inky then. Bring me the real picture of somebody. Bring me the real Inky. And then a lot of the people, they either get the hell on, or they bring me some crap or some ugly dude that lived by the dumpster in New York somewhere. That's out there eating leftovers at the dumpster. Oh yeah, this Inky right here. Man, get up. Y'all play too much. So if you say that's not Inky, brother, this is what I'm doing. If you want me to prove it, I'm proving it right now. If you say it's not Inky, anybody that say it's not Inky, then bring me the real Inky, because you know who the real Inky is. If that's not him, if that's not the real picture of Enlil, bring me a real picture of Enlil. Then, if you say that's not him, Enlil had a unibrow. We man, look, we got him. I'm telling you, we got them all. See, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what's the problem. People that they didn't believe what Doc said when Doc said, "Oh yeah, they real people." I seen them. You niggas ain't believe them. So now Young L are proving, oh, they real people. We got pictures of them. We saying that this is the guy right here. Yeah, I got pictures of the niggas. We got videos of Nubaru. So now Doc don't seem that crazy now, do we? Y'all just mad that we proving that Dr. Malachi Z York ain't crazy. There's a lot of niggas they mad about that. He ain't crazy. Okay. Somebody talking trash in here? Okay. Dude, Inky as a pale white man. Nah, Inky ain't pale, man. The Anunnakis look just like us. So they taller with thicker woolly beards. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Pop said that they were real people, so we brought you the real pictures. If you say they not, then produce the real photos. Produce the real photos of Inky. If you say that's not Inky, produce the real photos of Enlil. Produce the real photos of Anu. And I'm not, and people come and say, "Oh, well, those pictures, they don't look like the holy tablets. The holy tablets is drawings, it's printings of drawings, not like a real picture like we producing real human figures." That's what I'm saying, man. They mad because we proving Doc ain't crazy. How old is the planet? They don't know. They said, I think Elijah Muhammad said that Master Farad Muhammad told him that the planet was 93. It was 93 billion, I think he said, years old. And I think he was doing that based off the. It sounded like they got that mathematics based off of the distance, because it's 93 million miles from the sun. And you got to keep in mind, this shit is extreme mathematics when you're talking about how this solar system is laid out. You got to, that's on a higher level, man, to get this shit like mathematically laid out where the planets don't bump into each other and they just rotate around, they can spin on their own. It's a lot of technology built in with it. Yeah, that's what I think Elijah Muhammad said, that it was 93 billion years old and it weighed 6 segatons, I think he said, which is 6 followed by 21 zeros. Yeah, man, we Elijah Muhammad, one of our favorite teachers, man, I wish I could have met Elijah Muhammad in person, man, and sit right there with him back in the day and sit in the room just to see how he act and how he move. Man, it would have been amazing. The people that got a chance to sit with Elijah Muhammad, man, that's an honor. Like Farrakhan and all them, the people that got a chance to sit with the honorable Elijah Muhammad, you talking about one of the most dangerous men of his time, probably. Because he was telling us to do for self. Get our own businesses, get our own this, our own that. And just to sit with him and just to sit there and listen to his wisdom back during that time, man, that'd probably be amazing. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and spend a week with Elijah Muhammad. Ride around with him in his Rolls Royce in the back. He had a Rolls Royce, he'd ride around in the back. You know what I'm saying? Be talking. And I think Farrakhan said that he was riding with him one day and they saw like a drunk man on the corner. And he told him some wisdom about that drunk man. About that man, just think about it, man. They was scared of the larger. The firmament. When you say firmament, you mean like I think you're one of those flat earth guys. So you I think to speed up to what your question is, that you thinking that they can't get out of here. That's what you think, right? That you can't get outside of this atmosphere. You can't get outside of Earth. So I take it you're a flat Earth guy, right? I just need to know before I respond to your question. Say King Yahweh is a fraud. Yeah, that's your opinion. A lot of people, more people love him than hate him, and that's a good thing. He do more giving than anybody that I heard of. That's in do what he do. But that's your opinion. But like I say, he an avatar for Inky. And if you don't like it, bring me the real Inky. We waiting. We've been saying this for the longest. Oh, he's taking Malachi information and making it a joke. No, I'm not. You just mad because you can't do what we doing. That's all it is. Yeah, we already got all the stuff, man. We didn't already put it out. They just mad because Young Elder said it first. That's all. And if you say you don't got no right to tell me I can't use Malachi's teachings when he was a master teacher. These people are fucking crazy as hell, man. This is a crazy, like somebody that was a master teacher that put out stuff for people to teach and use. You telling me I can't use it? Yeah, right. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I'm gonna use it. And you know what Doc said in that last tape that he put out recently, and in one of them recent recordings, he said you can teach it how you want to teach it, as long as you shout me out. And I bet when they came to ask Doc, oh, this dude right here, Young Gilder, teaching your information in your name. He said the same thing that Yahshua told him when Simon bought Jesus was teaching Doc teaching the information. He said, is he saying my name? They said, yeah, he's saying your name. Well, then he with us. You know what I'm saying? If he's saying my name, he with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He says, do you go to a light? No, there ain't no light. The lights come on when after a while, but it's really pitch black dark. Matter of fact, we got a tape out for you friendly. We got a tape out in the Ascension Manual playlist called What Happens When You Die. You might want to go watch that tape. We break it all down in there. Man, I don't know. Hey, Doc said that he don't need no more money on that last tape that he put out. So I don't know who raising money for Doc and all that. I don't know. We didn't already sent money to 25 different people that's saying they helping Doc, and then come to find out everybody a lot of people was full of shit. Like I say, El Bay, brother, if you don't like King Yahweh, that's your perspective. Have you ever met the brother in real life and sat and broke bread with the brother? Because a lot of people say they don't like people and never even met them. Have you ever said, hey, El Bay, answer this question, brother. Have you ever went and sat and broke bread with that brother? Sat and ate and break bread with that brother? That's what I need to ask you. Have you ever met that brother personally and broke bread with that brother? Probably not. And if that's the answer, if that's the case, then you need to just go meet the brother first. And then once you meet the brother, and then you say, oh yeah, I don't like this guy. I don't like now. You know, it's people that come over to my page to comment, and they come in. Now I don't like. They ain't never heard none of my shit. They just heard somebody else that don't like me say I don't like the young elder because he doing this and that and this and that, right? And they come over already listening to my shit, already not liking me. What kind of people is this? They don't like me, and they come over to listen to my shit just so they can find something to say that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? What type of people are those in the name of the universe? Yeah, we like Class 13X. We like Father. We like all those guys. Those are guys are what some of our scholars. But what they got to do with the question that I asked you, have you ever sat with King Yahweh and broke bread with the brother? If not, you just talking shit. But you just talking to what you heard somebody else say, and they don't like them, so they your buddy, and so you don't like them. That's what a lot of niggas are followers. They don't like people because they follow somebody else that don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I didn't see none of that. I'm staying out of it. Doc told my last orders was to stay out of it and just do what you do, young Gala. Don't even worry about it, because they try to distract you and pull you into a whole bunch of shit, and we got you doing a whole other thing. We waking the conscious minds. Who else is doing it? Who else put out the Ascension manual? We got the Ascension manual for $20 right now. Donation to the Cash App. I'll send you the Ascension manual and maybe another book. But you can get all 8 books now for $40. If you send me 50, I'll send you the other 2 when I put them out next week. I'll send you the 8 right now and then send you the other 2 when I put them out next week. There's so many low lives on you. Yeah, just like they come on just to hate. Like it's brother, like on this tape right here, I put it as subscribe only to comment. There's some niggas that go on to subscribe just to come in and say a comment. Then after the tape, they unsubscribe. Boy, you hate a guy that much? You got to come in and check what he's saying to subscribe just so you can hate on him. But look at this. We ain't gonna speak on it no more on no more the haters after this. We just came on to answer some of your questions and concerns. And like I said, if you say that's not Inky, that's not Anu, that's not this person or that person, whoever the pictures we put up, when we say that's that person, then produce the real pictures. Because Doc said they were real people. They exist. They are physical beings and beings. They ain't no light being, none of that. They all physical beings breathing just like us. They take a dump just like us. They got toilets on Nubaru. I'm telling you, man. They take baths. They eat lamb chops and scalloped potatoes and shit. You don't believe me? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Charles P. Winston, my butler, already told you. So let's see. Hey, drop that name. Hey, the after death video is in the Ascension manual, and I go to our playlist on our page and scroll down to the Ascension manual playlist. Scroll down, you'll see what happened when you die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I like. Okay, so about the government can't get out thing. That's dealing with the you'll get a book called the Dark uh Fleet Space Program, because the government had got 0 point technology and all that from Ashtar Command, and they had put it on submarines and stuff to start going out of space and what they were going kind of like what they was doing in Avatar, right? Where they was going to try to steal minerals from other planets and stuff, and they were attacking and destroying people planets who were more primitive than them in technology, because everybody in the galaxy is not ahead of Earth in technology. Some people are still in the caveman state phase or whatever. Some people are still in the caveman phase. So the people that the Blue Avians, which is one of the high councils, the Blue Avians who sit on the high council, they put this information. They put the spears to stop these dark space program from going outside of the solar system. And this is because, like I say, what they were doing, they were causing trouble. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad spoke on that a long time ago on a tape where he said that he said, "Hey, T, drop that name in the chat so I can give him to show him where we from. Hey T, drop that name in the chat so I can show him where we from." Yeah, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad spoke on it when he said that cause we got some haters in here that subscribe just to get at us. You say you met Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yeah, not Yahweh ben Yahweh. I said King Yahweh. Yeah, I feel you when you say you met Yahweh ben Yahweh, who's one of us too. Yahweh ben Yahweh was one of us. And the COINTELPRO took him down. Because he had, and you know what? They don't like that's the thing that the killer clowns don't like you calling yourself. They don't like you moving as Israelites and keeping the commandments of the Anunnakis. They don't like you. Really, you know what I'm saying? We could go into the Jar rules. They got the commandments really for the Najar rules. Because the Najar rules had the 42 negative confessions of the 42 laws of Ma'at prior to Moses getting his 10 commandments. They only got 10 of them when the ancient Kemet, they had 42. Man, hey, so there's no such thing, right, as outer space. Hey, you right. Hey, Vince, you right. No, Vince right. Because really there's no such thing as inner space. Neither. There's no such thing as space. Space is always filled. There's really no such thing as space. Right, Vincent? Follow up on that, Vince. What you got? Give me some feedback, Vince Anderson. There's really no such thing as space. So it can't be outer space and inner space. It's just no such thing as space. And keep in mind, no thing is still a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, y'all, a lot of people, I'm telling you, bro, y'all missed, like, just like with the people that said with Elijah Muhammad, that missed out. That they didn't get a chance to sit with Elijah Muhammad, that missed out. And the people that didn't get a chance to sit with Doc, man, the people that got a chance to sit with Dr. Malachi Z York, you was right there with him. You got a chance to sit right there with him. A guy that spoke 26 languages. A dude that pretty much can answer down there any question you had. And you was right there with him, and you took it for granted. I'm telling you, man. You was right there with him. And a lot of them niggas was black devils anyway. They stayed around Baba, them black devils. And these are the same people right now who when you hear them talk about the young elder, if you hear somebody mention the young elder and say they don't like me, they don't like Doc. I don't give a damn who they is. And they black devils on top of that. Because FaZe already said, anybody that come out still promoting whatever they promoting after what we did, they black devils. And now Doc coming out to really Doc, the people that's saying it, Doc already said that they were who they were. The people that's talking about the young elder, Doc already said who they were. He recently just exposed the last being. It's going all over the internet now. I don't mess with this person. So whatever they talking about, they full of crap. Huh? That part. So, oh yeah, T, you still in that? Drop that. Okay. Shout out. Okay. So that's the name. Hey man, let's send him. Let's send this guy. He said, shout out to the young. Yeah, oh yeah, you one of them. Let me shout you out then. Right in the crack part. Yeah. Nigga, we got a non-tolerance over here. Just like the leader Martha on the Coneheads planet Jama. She got a short tolerance. He say, oh yeah, you got caught stealing a piece of bubble gum? Oh yeah, you shall knock her the Gargites. You shall knock her the goddamn Gargites. Kick him out there. Yeah. Kick him in under darkness. He don't got the right outfit on. You niggas about to make me put on my white again. He came in here with the wrong outfit on, man. He had black on. This a wedding. We got supposed to have all white. Yeah. Yeah, the Holy Tablets is PDF form by Dr. Malachi Z York. Actually, you can read them free in the links in this description right here. Soon you can go into the descriptions in this class and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see read the Holy Tablets free by Dr. Malachi Z York. Yes, you will see that there. That's a good question, man. To me, it's a rerun, man, because Murdoch was locked in the three pyramids back a long time ago, in another life, when it was a war going on between the Anunnakis and the three pyramids. And if you look at, it's a lot of science to this, man. Also, during the Osiris procession, Bible did the Osiris procession, and Osiris got took underground after that procession. He went underground. And Doc is underground 23 hours a day. And they bring him out like in this like little cage setting, like 1 hour a day, to walk around with handcuffs on. So it's like, for 20 some years, man. Yeah, boot right in the crack, right off into space with no helmet on. Now that's air out in the space, but you got to go like remember Eddie Murphy on Harlem Nights when they locked that white boy up in that cop. They worked for Calhoun up in the they act like they were gonna rob a bank, right? And they had him come there, and he said that why y'all robbing a bank that's been closed for 20 years? He said, oh yeah, we're not robbing them, we making a deposit. He said, oh, what's the deposit? You. Yo behind, nigga. Yo behind the deposit. And when you get up in there, hey, they had a little smart guy with them. Cause back then we ran out, we was more of like how the mob move. We move like that. They just don't want to tell you that. Our family was an organization. Like Big Mama was like the boss, then the underboss was Big Daddy, and then we had the concierge was like the daughters that one of Big Mama's daughters, she sent to school, or one of her sons. We had a family lawyer, all it, right? And if you saw how they moved in Harlem Nights, they had different people. There was like had different jobs, but they were like a family. That's how we moved back in the day. They broke that up when they brought in drugs and things. They broke that up, man. Family institutions, how we ran our organization tight. And so yeah, that one dude they had that was more like a chemist or like a mathematical type guy, and he was able to rig electronics and things because he was able to rig the stoplights, during the movie Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. They ended up locked. He said that Eddie Murphy asked that guy, he said, how much air did he got in here? He said he got a certain amount of air, right? So he said, well, what you do is go take short breaths. I think Eddie Murphy funny as hell, man. Eddie Murphy, one of our great comedians as far as for the Nubians, right? He's one of the top guys. Eddie Murphy, funny. The government want to be always with all the stuff they doing. If there's a higher doing, how was the beings created? It says if there is a higher being, how was the beings created, and who created the higher beings? Well, see, the thing is, the higher beings existed first. They were called non-ether beings. They were gas. They existed as gas beings. And actually, God, the Anunnakis is not God. The Natharus are not God. God is non-ether gas. A lot of this might go over your head. You breathing in God, and you need God. If I was to cut your God off, because air is your God, better go read your Bible again, man. God breathed His spirit, so the spirit of God is the breath, is the gas. So the gas is the God. The Anunnakis need gas to survive. So is they God or gas? Because gas, God is whoever's in control. So are the Anunnakis in control if they need air to breathe? Think about that. All that. Now the Natharus, they're a little different case. They got different because they we was developing the ascension stuff. So they have developed that technology. And you can go they can hold their breath for long periods of time, weeks. It's monks now, they can hold their breath for hours over in Tibet. They know how to slow their heart rate down. They can go underwater and hold their breath for a long time. Navy SEALs can hold their breath for a long time. They train them to do it, but the monks can hold their breath for a long time. So it's a point where, and I feel like it's sometimes when I be asleep, when I be thinking hard, that I don't breathe for a long ass time. I think it's all in the mind. I think holding your breath is all in the mind. I think that like it's a mind thing. You can hold your breath 10, 15 minutes, I believe, if you mentally capable of doing it. You see what I'm saying? Now, like I said, the Navy SEALs and those guys and the monks train their mind to be able to do it. He says, why were they developed essentially? Oh yeah, let me finish answer that question about the so they would not eat the beans, right? And then what happens is they slowed their vibration down. There was a split that took place too, between the circle and the square, which really has the same degrees. Those who stood on the square, and this is me information. Like y'all ain't had this class, Mark Brady, man. Y'all sleep on Mark Brady. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all don't like Mark Brady, but Mark Brady was one of the, like I was saying, he one of the great teachers that I had, as giving me the mid school of information. And a lot of people are missing that school. That's why they always talking about hot and cold, and they never mention warm. Or they talk about God and the devil, and they never mention that which sits in between God and the devil. Right? The confused. Like they're saying, he's fusing things together. Yeah, I'm putting it together. You want me to divide it up and conquer it? Yeah, but God is whoever's in control. To the monks of those monks. Yeah, but who's in control if the Anunnakis need air to breathe? God must be air. God must be non-ether gas. Gases. Jesus. Jesus is really gases. Doc already broke this down, man. A lot of y'all newcomers probably getting y'all cap twist, but the old heads, they say, "Oh yeah, we got this down, man. We know about that. We heard Doc talk about that." Yeah, so it don't matter what you say. I'm gonna keep on using Malachi's teachings. I'm gonna keep on shouting him out. I'm gonna keep on saying free Malachi. And if you let me, if y'all they stop shadow banning me and let me get a leg up, I'm gonna go get my own damn lawyer, and that's all we're gonna say on that. Because they shadow banning the hell out of us. They created 3D card pages to stop us, man. We deleted 500 tapes so they couldn't shut us down. Then they say, okay, we can't shut him down because he's doing tapes like this. So what we'll do is we'll tell this African, name his page, the Young Elder Galactical Federation, that don't even teach nothing about extraterrestrials or none of that. He do all kind of reenactments, funny African reenactments. And you type my name in, his stuff come up. Yeah, this type of game they playing. And then they don't give you my notifications. If I make a post, they hold it for day or two, then they release it. Like it's I'm posted right now, they still ain't released it yet. It's said it's still in upload. I'm like, man, how like it's still uploading at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it take a whole 24 hours. Come on, man. And if the upload is done, it's on there, it's 100% uploaded, it just still stuck in 100% upload. Yeah, that part. This is how they do me. You say he's in a prison that's not in this country. Who you referring to? Because they say Doc is in Colorado. Now, man, with all the stuff that Doc knew how to do, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to believe, really, that he in that kind of in a way, you know. But like when we hear the tapes, you know, with all the technology they got now with the AI and things, they can make anybody sound like anybody. Now I can understand why they would want Doc in the Killer Clowns. It's the Killer Clowns prison. I can understand why they hated Doc, why they wanted to put him in there, because he was lifting up his people. He was like the God. The other gods, the bad gods, got mad at Malachi because he started teaching the mortals. And he started waking the gods up who was asleep, who was under the spell of the Leviathan and the spell of Kingu. So that's why they hated Doc. And now, I guess they hate me because they hate Doc. And so because I promote Doc and shout him out and so much, they say, oh yeah, we're gonna shout about him. Like FaZe was saying, like Black Magic said that, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring you on my show. He told me this too before FaZe came along. Black Magic said that he was gonna bring me on his show, but he never bring me on his show, and I think it's because that I promote Doc so much. Maybe he don't like Doc, right? And then same thing with FaZe. He said he called FaZe. I remember when FaZe called and told me that, Black Magic just contacted me, said that he's gonna get me on the show. And then we never heard anything back from Black Magic. Once he found out, FaZe is like Young Elder's brother, and FaZe is like Malachi's, student of Malachi. He promote Doc just as much, and his dad is Bodie and this and that. Oh yeah, well I don't want to get him on the show neither. But they bring people who are our students on to the show. That's the type of thing that's going on here. And I don't care if Black Magic bring me on or not, because we got our own show and we doing pretty good. We got 60-some thousand subscribers, and I really can get more than I want. I can get more subscribers than I want. All I gotta do is just keep putting out shorts. You know what I'm saying? And people subscribe all day long, 100, 200 people. But the thing is, we ain't worried about subscribers no more. We get ready to close the gate. We was trying to get to 144,000, but many are called, but few were chosen. So we finna really close the gate off now. We ain't got no more questions. All the questions pretty much had already been answered. Doc put out 365 questions, asked a Muslim, Hebrew, Christian, Jewish guy, all of, what I'm saying? The whole lineup. You know what I'm saying? That part. So yeah, I'm gonna keep using Doc stuff. I'm gonna keep shouting them out. They say, oh yeah, he's shouting them out to throw you off. Sound like to me, I'm putting you on by telling you about Dr. Malachi Z York. Sound like I'm putting you on. Because Doc put me on. When I found out about Doc, I got on. Because he was answering all the stuff that I had questions about. Because I was listening to Elijah. And I was like, man, Elijah, he hard. He's saying a lot of stuff, but it's more to it. What he says is more to it than what he's saying. Like he only can tell us so much about the mother plane, about these beings that live on Mars, about the beings that live on Europa. He said there's 9 planets. Well, he said that there, 9 planets, 7 got life on them. Elijah Muhammad said 7 of the planets got life on them. Back in the 40s, man. Doc come along and say, oh yeah, these are the people right here. These people. You know what I'm saying? This is what they look like. They Nubians. That's another reason they hated Doc. They hated Doc because he made everybody black. That's what they was doing. Look, they made everybody white. They made Cleopatra, Jesus, the angels, every movie about extraterrestrials, white guys. Everybody white. Coneheads white. The Ash Star Command white. Star Trek, which is really Ash Star Command. The symbol they got for Star Trek is really Ash Star Command. Star Trek is really Ash Star Command. And Captain Kirk and all of them Ash Star Command people. Right? USSR. Because the USSR, the Russia and after they kicked Germany out, Germany melted into United States, and they hooked up with the Russia, and they started this USSR outer space program where they working with Ashtar Command. Yeah, Elijah Muhammad was cracking heads in the 40s and 30s, man, talking about, man, yeah, you know what? Elijah Muhammad told him, man, they said somebody asked Elijah, man, I wish I could have been there, bro. Boy, I wish I could have been around Elijah Muhammad. Boy, I would have been there. If I would have knew what I knew now and been sitting back there with Elijah, boy, please. Boy, please. I would have had so many questions for him. Because you gotta understand what like just a lot of stuff that he never even said because nobody never asked him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, white extraterrestrials. It's because they they got to keep us in a certain paradigm. They got to keep us in a paradigm that there's nothing great about us. We're nothing but slaves from Africa on a boat. And y'all were niggas living when, you know, y'all weren't even wearing dashikis then. We gave you dashikis. You niggas was wearing rat aprons and things, you know, zebra skin and shit when we came over. Living in teepees and living in bushes and stuff. Y'all a bushman. You know what I'm saying? You guys never did anything great ever. They so cold, man. Look, a Nubian dude who was a Moor by the name of Benjamin Banneker Bey, right? Benjamin Banneker Bey, check this out, designed a clock and wrote an almanac. They wanted to cover up that story so bad, they went back 100 years and created a whole nother white guy that never even existed, named Benjamin Franklin, and then said, oh yeah, well, yeah, Benjamin Banneker, he was a cool black dude and everything. He know he did the clock, but it was this white guy 100 years before him named Benjamin Franklin, right? That we don't got no proof that ever existed, right? Now we can say if Benjamin Banneker existed, I mean Benjamin Franklin existed, but that's Benjamin Banneker. They made him into a white guy and put him back 100 years. And then they're going to say, oh, yeah, he invented the clock and he wrote an almanac. Come on, man. Y'all ain't put this together. What kind of game they run? Y'all ain't put this together. Man, if we don't be careful, Africans going to be white people. They already did it already. They already moved white people to Africa. And they say, oh, yeah, they'll show you a white guy. And they say, oh, yeah, he an African. Man, last time I checked, Africans were black as hell. They say, yo, well, he African. Because he born in South Africa, so he an African. Okay, I see that perspective, but he's not an African. He's not an African, bro. He's a British guy. He's a Georgian. He's a Caucasian from Caucasus Mountains that got brought over here as a slave by the Moors to South Africa. Because you got to keep in mind, the Moors had purchased a lot of land because they were rich. Because they were going around doing all these gold treasure hunts and things. They were pirates. They robbed people for gold and shit. And then, not to mention, Mansa Musa was aboard, and you know he was one of the richest guys that ever lived. Actually, his brother Abu Bakr II was richer than him, but Mansa Musa on record is the richest guy that ever lived, and he was a Malawian Moor. So the Moors bought a lot of land up. They had conquered a lot of land, like in England, what they call it, Egypt today, South Africa, parts of the east coast of the United States, which they set up 13 colonies, these Moors. Then they took people they own land in Australia, which they took people there, and they own land in Iceland and Ireland. They took people there, and all these people were convicts and slaves that they took to go pick work the farms, work they farms, tobacco farms and things that they had set up in these different areas. That's how these Caucasians get to these different areas. The Moors brought them everywhere. The Moors brought them around the world. Yeah, go back and do your history research. The Moors, the conquistadors, took. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Huns on this tape we putting out tomorrow. The Huns are mixed with the Coneheads. The Eskimos are mixed with the Coneheads. The Hyksos are the Jacobites. The Jacobites. He says, yeah, I'll so yeah, man, we just trying to help, man. We here to help. So when Africans come over here now, it works. And look, they done already made Africans white now. Don't fool yourself. They done already made Africans white. They call themselves free white man. Go look it up in the dictionary, in the law dictionary. So they done already made everybody white already. They made them white on TV and they made them white in this reality. They call themselves free white man, Africans. So they already made Africans white. These Moors. I'm talking about the Morons, not the MUU Moors, the Morons. You know what I'm saying? The same morons who believed 1492 that Isabella was gonna let them ride in April, in April 1992, and when they got a chance to leave, they got fooled. That's how you get April Fool's Day. They blew up the ships that they got on when they told them they was gonna let them leave. Yeah. So don't fool yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mark Brady used to say it all the time. Don't fool yourself. Right? This is Ashtar Command all day long. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that influenced Yaku to create his superior white race. They the ones that influenced Hitler. Why do you think Hitler was trying to create this superior white race? Why do you think Yaku tried to create a superior white race? He was influenced by Ashtar Command, who can time travel. And Joman Germans, the Joman people are the Coneheads, the Teru. And this a lot of stuff about to come up about the Coneheads because Anunnaki was part Conehead. King Tut had Conehead in his genetics. Teru, which really exists. Baba said that they put the movie out to throw us off. So Yaku was of another species. They were considered as Anunnaki too, though, but they were called actually Yaku was a mix of two different species, the Terus and the Denakals. His mother was a Teru, and his father was a Denakal named Ishak. Now his role is way later. Enlil and them had got banned by that time. By the time Enlil and them got banned by that time that Yaku came about. The people that was left here was the Danakal and the Terus. Well, it was the other races too, like the Dewanis, Homo sapiens, different tribes of Homo sapiens, like the Ebonese tribe, the Afar people. Well, the Afar people actually got Danakal in them because these Danakals and these Terus came to the surface and started mixing with humans. But Enlil them de facto, it's a lot of stuff that got to be explained. Like, okay, so people were saying, "Oh, we not Riskins, or we Najarus, or this and that," right? So you got to understand the Najarus are descendants of the Riskins, and how did that happen? Because when Ridge was when Ridge was being depleted, we had to start evacuating and going to different galaxies. And the 19 families broke up and went to different galaxies. Some went to the Pleiades, and they changed. They became different looking. Got blue skin and looked like grays or something now, or looked like another type of creature. But they still was our family. That's why I said the galactic family of life. Another group broke off, which was Inky's family through Murdoch, broke off and went to the Orion star system. Right? And so that those people are like the ancestors. They went to the Orion star system. They like partially like the ancestors of the They the ancestors of the Najarus, which was originally Riskians, or not necessarily Riskians, because the people that lived on Riz was the Riskians, but they had hybrid tribes. The Danako is one of the hybrid tribes of these Riskians, and the Danakos are because different. The Riskians made treaties, or these Riskians made treaties with different races. One of the races they made a treaty with was called the Ramadians. They were Greys who were engineered on Mars a long time ago to be explorers throughout the galaxy for the Anunnakis or the Riskians. But the Riskians made a deal with them that once that they was done doing the work they needed them to do, that they would free them and that they would mix their seed, tie them into their vine or their bloodline. And so that came about. That actually happened. They actually freed the Ramadians and gave them their own galaxy called Zetos Roticuli. And they actually mixed their seed with these Greys and created another race called the Danako, which is the big head people, which Yaku's dad and his uncle, Philcor, who's a leader, Lord Philcor, they come from this tribe. Yeah. So yeah, they gave them Zetos Roticuli. Like I said, they broke off and went to that, and after Zetos Reticuli was designed and finished, the Anunnakis finished designing and laying it out because they really owed these beings, not just the Ramadians, they owed another group of beings that lived on Meldick from destroying a planet. So in payback for destroying a planet by accident, the Anunnakis built them their own galaxy called Zetos. Zeta Reticuli, and they later went to go live there. Yeah, you humans got a lot of different extraterrestrials in your DNA. You got Conehead, some of y'all Hindus, Shaggies, the Anunnakis, Gray, Reptilian, Plant race, the Feline race. Who else? Yeah, so it's a lot of different. You got 23 different genetics of different races that came here, and the essentially Project Blue Rock was to create a superior type avatar or body that different types of beings will be able to utilize as a house or avatar. So the reason why they use the different races genetics is so that when they, as a spiritual being or light being or a certain type of being, when they come into that your form, they'll be that body will be conducive with a light body, because in order for avatar and a light body to connect, or what they call it, conscious or whatever, it's got to be conducive with that person. That's why when they was making them avatars on the movie Avatar, they had to take some DNA from the person and then create some DNA from the natives or the Navi, and then mix it together so that when they transfer the consciousness, it'll be more conducive to their consciousness, which really is a gas, which really is gas. Really, the consciousness is gas. The 15 elder taught that information. Somebody was asking about the 15 elder. We hadn't heard from the 15 elder in quite some time. I'm pretty sure he might be watching if he still drive trucks at night. He might be watching, man. But he the one that broke down that gas is God. Like Malachi did it in a way, and then 15 came in another way and broke it down from his perspective. We really got it then. We really got that. Oh yeah, God is gas. There ain't no doubt about it now. Because if I cut your air off, if I cut your what you breathing off, oxygen is one of the gods. Oxygen is one of the gods because oxygen is in control. Don't you need it? God is whoever you need, and you can't go without. Now, don't you need oxygen? Go 10 minutes without. Some people can. Like I say, the monks and them that people go 10 minutes without air, and then you see if oxygen is God or not. Huh. They told you in the Bible. I mean, we ain't got to make nothing up for you religious guys. So y'all, nigga, He reaching now, saying that God is oxygen. You don't believe God is gas? Go ask Enlil now. Enlil them is just like you, it's just way more advanced. They're humanoids that's way advanced in technology. They ain't no gods. They are our parents though, and we owe them a certain amount of gratitude and respect. But we don't owe no respect to suckers that don't respect us. Cause Enlil full of crap. Enlil, man, I can't say he's full of crap, but he got like I can't say he's completely full of crap because it just depends on perspectives. Some of the stuff I agree with what Enlil was saying about the continuous evil. It was some beings that was doing evil, and really the evil was they didn't want to do what he say. If they didn't want to do what he say, then they were evil. You know what I'm saying? If Enlil told you to shut up and you didn't shut up, you evil, and you need to be destroyed. Or you need to be taken to the darkness. Or you need to be taken in the back and let Buster hook him up. Y'all don't know nothing about Enlil's Buster. Y'all don't know nothing about Enlil's Buster, boy. You better go to my Patreon and watch that tape called Enlil's Buster. Enlil will have Buster take you in the back and bust you up. Bumpy Johnson had a dude like that, where if he wants you to talk, he want to get back at you, he'll bring Buster in. And he'll open you up from the back. Yeah, Enlil got a guy like that. Pull up a pictures of Enlil, papyrus of Enlil is a dude that's standing on there with a 6-foot long joint, and he holding this one guy, and Enlil sitting in the chair, right? And Enlil saying, "Yo, son, you gonna talk or what?" And he's saying, "Oh yeah, well I don't know nothing." Enlil say, "Take him in the back, take him in the back, man, and show him what time it is." Man, Enlil was a cruel guy, man. He was a jealous guy. Enlil is a real narcissist. I'm telling you, man. The God of your Bible is a narcissist. Enlil. Let's go study a narcissist and then study the God and how he act in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Enlil is not Enlil. It just and he didn't like he tried to be slick and cover up the evidence. Enlil told them to go and go ahead with the project, even though it was Inky idea, because Inky was already running experiments with the Inky dudes in his laboratory in the Abzu in the South Africa. He had he had like 1/3 above ground and another 2/3 underwater. His laboratory. And he had these monkeys that was going around like these Homo erectus. He had them in a cage. He was looking at them he's like, "Oh yeah, I could do something with these guys." And he started experimenting, created the Inky dudes. And he said, "You know what? By me mixing a little bit of my genetics, they gave them a little something." Inky was doing a lot of stuff that Enlil didn't like. Inky was going around impregnating humans, the Lulus, and having kids with them. And then he'd come back and tell Enlil, "Oh yeah, the humans are starting to develop more because I found a human, he could communicate with us." He was talking about Dafa, which was really his son, right? He ended up sending a Dafa to in a sham to visit Nubaru, right? Noah on the fish tomb was Inky's son. That's why he saved him and his family. He was a son of God, right? So they would make Utna fish tomb Anu's grandson, the Most High God, Anu, the Most High God of the Anunnaki. They would make Utna fish tomb Noah, as it is referred to in your Bible. They would make him Anu's grandson, and then they would make the three sons, which were triplets. Genesis chapter 5, verse 32. The three sons of Noah, who were triplets, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, all born in the same year where he was 500. They would make them the great grandsons of the Most High God Anu. And anybody that come from them will be descendants of Anu. So it makes sense that they said, or why they said in Songs 82, that all of ye are children of the Most High God Anu. But they left the Anu part out. They just said Most High God. But we can translate that into Anu, Elium, El. We're about to get up out of here, man. We think we held you long enough. I know it was an hour and 20. This is yeah, that's right. Inky has different attributes because different cultures describe him in different ways. But he was humanoid. Inky wasn't a 7 foot tall dude. I think that's what they're saying too. Oh, Yahweh ain't 7 foot. Inky was 7 foot. No, Inky was not 7 foot. Inky was like 6 foot from what Baba said in the Holy Tablets. And I know why he said that because Inky wasn't full blooded Anunnaki. He was part Dragonian. His mother, they were short 5 foot beings, the Dragonians that lived in the water. And so Inky was like 6 foot tall. He wasn't tall like Enlil. Enlil had to be at least based on the statues that they were showing, and but based on that picture, Enlil about 7 foot tall, at least 7.5 foot tall. Because that lady was like at least almost 6 foot, and Enlil was like at least 2 feet, 3 feet taller than her on that picture. And he had bigger body parts and everything. These Anunnakis got bigger body parts. Somebody say Enlil and Yaku is the same person. Doc never said that. Now, Doc never said that. I see what perspective you can come from and say. I never heard nobody say that. Really, nobody say Enlil and Yaku is the same person. Enlil is a new son. Yaku is Yishhak son. He's from a whole different species. Now I can see where you could try to spin that and say, "Oh, yo, well, Enlil used Yaku as an avatar." Now we could, I ain't down none you saying about that, about Enlil or Iki, Enlil using him as an avatar. Hey, where you getting? Hey, West now. Where do you get that from? You say you just saying it out loud, or you just heard somebody say it, or what's your connection to Enlil being Yaku? You saying Enlil created his own race? Enlil did send his son Ninurtu out to go seek the seed of Cain so they can make daughters with him and make their own tribe. I don't see the connection between Enlil and Yaqub. Enlil wasn't a big head scientist. But it's true, okay, all right. So like, give me some connections. I mean, I ain't saying you ain't. I'm not saying you lying. I'm saying like I'll let people say stuff, and then I can, I want it to make sense. Or I want to, if I go out to say, oh yeah, Enlil is Jakku, I got to be able to explain a little bit more in detail on why I'm saying it. I'm not saying that it ain't true. That's what you're saying. I'm just saying, could you elaborate a little bit more? Now, yeah, he could be a descent. He could be connected to the bloodline of Enlil. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the Riskians, because the Riskians are descent. They are Anunnakis. But Enlil was born on Nuru though. He wasn't born on Risk. I think Murdoch was born on Risk. Enlil and Inky was born on Nuru. Inky went to school on Nuru. He learned how to build all these different types of crafts on Nuru. Then he came back to Earth and built the crafts. Started building all these different types of crafts. From your studies, okay? Yeah, I might need you, man. Might need to get you. You might need to do a YouTube on a live on that, man, where you break down the Enlil's connection to Yaqub. I would like to hear that and see what you got. You know what I'm saying? But right now, based on my research, I don't think Enlil connected to. Well, he could be connected to him, like bloodline wise, but I don't think that they're the same people. Yaqub was a crazy dude who had a big head that got mad because they were making fun of him. He said, all right, I got something for you suckers. I'm going to create a dude that's going to rule over you suckers, man. And I'm going to teach them everything I know on how to trick you suckers. That's what Yakub said. Oh, okay. Yeah, I highlighted your comment by accident. It says Enlil is Yahweh, is Yakub is Zeus. Oh yeah, I think you got a nice imagination. I like your imagination. Don't stop what you're doing. But like you say, when you say that, if people ask, because you elaborate on it a little bit more, or go in to make a connection, you got to be able to give them a little bit more. Now, Enlil is a Yahweh. Because somebody, I heard some people saying, "Oh yeah, Enlil ain't a Yahweh." Yeah, Enlil is a Yahweh. Inky's a Yahweh. Murdoch is a Yahweh. Then Ertu was a Yahweh. Inanna was a Yahweh. Nanar, which is Inanna's father, he was a Yahweh, Enlil's son. Nergal was a Yahweh. All these guys were Yahwehs. Yahweh Elohim, they were lords, or part of the royal family of Anunnakis. Nanar was a Yahweh. Baal, which is Nanar's brother, Enlil's son, was a Yahweh. In fact, the name Baal means Lord. They call Baal Lord of the Covenant. What covenant? The covenant of the 144,000. The 144,000 virgins that he was supposed to turn over to the mark of being graves, so they could turn them over to the Dragon reptilians. Oh yeah, we got some more of them coming out. Pseudo. Yeah, Baal. Baal is Enlil's son. His name is Adad. Ahad. But Baal was his a title that's given to different people. So a lot of people could have had the title Baal, but Baal means Lord, and Baal was really like the Baal that they talk about in the Bible was Enlil's son, who was a guard over fertility and over the agriculture. He was the one that when the Israelites starved, Enlil told him. Enlil is the one that told him to go crop dust them. The Anunnakis had crop dusters back then. And so Enlil said, you need to go over there and destroy their crops. So Baal would go get into like this airplane type thing, like this device that the Anunnakis had. He would fly over the Israelite crops that they growing and spray them with some poison. And then they would go bad. And then they had 7 years of famine. Enlil was the one that sent them to do that. So then Inky came and told him, Inky had always was saving them. Inky came and told him, look, this is what y'all need to do. Y'all need to go to ancient Kemet because my son them there, and they can help y'all with food and stuff. Because Enlil tripping, man. My brother Enlil tripping. He came out here and dusted all y'all crops out and did this, man, for no reason, man. He just a mean guy. So what y'all gonna do is go to Egypt, man, for 7 years, or this amount of years, and y'all can be able to get some food there. Just like when Enlil knew about the planet being the planet spinning, the pole shift, he didn't tell nobody. He waited to the last minute to tell the Anunnakis, "Oh yeah, the planet going to great shift due to Nubaru coming into the atmosphere. The poles for the rotate, and everybody on the planet is going to die, and we're going to leave it like that. And the only person that can be people that be able to leave is us. We only got the ships for us." Inky heard this, and then Enlil made all the Anunnakis in that room. He said, "Y'all got to swear oath that nobody tell the humans or nobody tell anybody that's not a part of our group." And so he made Inky swear that he wasn't gonna tell nobody, right? But Inky wrote the laws anyway. Inky went and said, "Oh yeah, well," he said, "I can't talk to him," but he didn't say I couldn't like talk to him through a cover, tent or something. So Inky went talked to Noah through the tent, and then he had the plans draw down. He drew the plans down for this submarine that he had already designed. He had already was designing these submarines to smuggle gold back to Central America, right? And so he gave him to run the layouts for that submarine, and that's how Noah ended up surviving. But he saved him because Inky saved him because it was his son. That's why he saved him. Right? And so Noah and his people ended up surviving. And it was more than Noah on that boat. Noah had brought some of his homeboys. He had brought his homeboy's wife. He had more than He had another son named Raya, who didn't get on the boat. He disagreed with Noah, because they were saying that Noah was crazy, man. He out here building a boat in the middle of the desert, and 500 it ain't rained in 500 years out here. You know what I'm saying? This nigga building a boat. This nigga crazy. They was laughing at Noah, and then even his son had got with that crowd and was laughing like, "Yeah, my dad crazy, man." You know, his oldest boy before he had Sham, Ham, and Jeffrey. And he was like, "Man, my dad crazy." You know, Doc talk about this son in the Holy Tablets. Uh, and he ended up getting burnt, going down with drowning with the rest of the people, because he didn't want to, but he wanted to make fun of his dad and not believe that he thought that his dad was crazy. Yeah. So yeah, we can break down the whole setup for you, man. But every time that something bad would happen to the Israelites, it was done by Enlil. When the Israelites, and this is all alleged based on what the Bible, when the Israelites supposedly was in Egypt, which they never were enslaved in Egypt. They talking about the Hyksos really, but we just for sake of conversation. When the Israelites were in ancient Kemet, they say as in bondage, and the Pharaoh wouldn't let them go. They said God hardened their heart. So it couldn't have been the same God that sent Moses to tell them to let his people go. It had to be a different God. The God that hardened his heart. Because why would you do that if you was a God? If you was God, that sounds like some narcissist shit. Why would you tell a guy, go tell that guy? It's like this. Make you an example. It's like this. You tell a guy, hey, here go $3. Go to the store and buy me a bag of chips at this store right here on the corner, right? Now, when the guy leave with the $3 to go buy you the chips, you call up to the store and say, "Hey, it's this guy that's gonna come up there with $3. He got a such and such color shirt on. Don't sell him no chips, right? Don't sell him no chips." So you go up to this dude going down to get the chips, and then the dude telling him, "Oh, I can't sell you no chips." And the dude saying, "Why, man? Somebody sent me down here to get the chips." "Oh, I can't sell you the chips." Right? So it's the same thing Enlil did when they well, not the same thing, because Enki is the one that told Moses through a hologram. The burning bush was a hologram. The Anunnakis had hologramic technology, but when they described it in the Bible, they didn't know what hologramic technology was, so they just called it a burning bush, right? So Enki came in a hologram and told Moses, and we could get to Moses is really Thutmose, right? We just telling you for sake of conversation, right? Uh, but Moses, Enki comes to Moses in the burning bush, say, "Hey," or on the hologram, and say, "Hey, go to Egypt and tell them to let my people go." Then when he going to let the people go, Enlil find out about it. I say, "Oh no, they ain't getting let go. Them niggas gonna be slaves." He hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he wouldn't let the people go. This is the type of game all you people that's religious. Once you figure out the paradigm, you're gonna figure out you in the game of the gods. Two gods going back and forth, messing with each other and using you right like a pawn in the middle of it. The Anunnaki's not God, get the gas is. And they'll be damned if they don't if they mess with me by telling this type of truth. They be damned. You know what I'm saying? He the type of guy to tell a guy to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then go around out to the corner to my house, make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then he call around to the house and say, "Hey y'all, I got a guy come around and make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hide your peanut butter and jelly." just to laugh or something. Why would he do that? Just to laugh and make fun of niggas. The nigga looking for peanut butter, right, and jelly. No, they're not identical twins. Oh well, I don't mean that to say that rude way. Like, Inky's mother name is Idi, and Enlil's mother name is Atun. and they had two different mothers, so they couldn't have been identical twins. Yeah, no sweat, my brother. I heard someone say that in Alelu, Enlil, and Inky's uncle was Allah. Now Allah is another as a title, just like Yahweh. And really, the person that had the Allah title was several people had the Allah title, but the main person that had the Allah title name was Nanar, who was over the moon base. Nanar sin is your Allah. And the once Nanar sin and Baal, they was the two Allahs. Once Nanar sin and Baal got caught, they then made another put another Allah in charge, and his name was Tammuz. Anu put Tammuz, the Allah named Tammuz, over the project. Allah is kind of like the same as Yahweh, pretty much. Then you got another perspective on it. Oh, it's arm, leg, head. Or it represents the feminine principle because of the 5-pointed star and the crescent moon. Then we can get into all that, you know. But like I say, Yahweh really is Nanar, which is Ananas, and they worship Inanna too, which they call Dina. Inanna was Nanar's daughter, and she was part of the moon base project in the earth. Enlil and Inky and Inzu are all the titles. Yeah, that's right. Inky, it means ruler of Ki, and Enlil means ruler of the sky. Yeah, so they titles as well, Inky and Enlil. But they're the most popular terms that's used when referring to these guys, right? People know Inky and Enlil, right? But they really titles as well, like the brother said. It's like Anu is really a title. Anu is a title which means most high. El. It's not his name. The name is Razael, the first. These people have different names in different cultures. Now, for you Natharus, you might refer to Inky as Ptah. You may refer to Murdoch as Amen Ra. Some of you guys that's part of the ancient mystic order, Melchizedek, might say, oh, Melchizedek. Some of you guys that's in the Quran may say, oh, El Kaddish. Some of you guys that's in the Bible, who Christians and Catholics, may say, oh, the angel Michael. And for my guys that's part of the Amen Ra squad, they say, oh, no, nigga, that's Amen Ra. That's Amen Ra. Man, niggas be like, you know. But I'm going to tell you what you got to do, man. And I'm going to leave y'all on this. You can't be one-sided, right? You got to observe all the perspectives. You only got a certain view when you're facing a certain way. And then until you turn around and look at the whole 720 view, then you'll get a good perspective on it. That's why the master teacher called himself 720 degrees, because he got all the perspectives. And he was just coming from one perspective. See that you're just coming from an Islamic. See, it's people that stand inside the Quran, and they judge everybody else from standing inside the Quran. They judge people that's not standing inside the Quran from what they think based on the Quran. The Quran is a box. A lot of people are trapped in the box. The Bible is a box, a square. The Quran is a square. A lot of people are trapped in the square. You get people that stand in the Bible and they judge people. Even when the Bible say don't judge, lest ye be judged, right? And they stand right in the Bible and judge everybody on the outside who not in the Bible, based on their perspective. And there's people that's in the Bible that talk bad about people that stand in the Quran. A person that's standing in the Bible is arguing with a person that's standing in the Quran when they both got the same origin. It's an Abraham in the Bible, and there's an Abraham or Abraham in the Quran. You know what I'm saying? There's a Yeshua or Jesus in the Bible, and there's an Esau in the Quran, which is the same. You know what I'm saying? You get the picture. Yeah, but they don't want to be outside the box. So I'm coming saying young men, they the bird race ain't no such thing as no bird race extraterrestrials. The Bible don't say nothing about that. These are religious guys, right? And I say, no, yes, it do. The Bible do say something about the bird race of angelical beings. It's in Revelations. It said one had a face like a bird. Huh? You ain't put it together yet? One had a face like a lion, the feline race, and you ain't put it together yet? One had a face like an ox, the centaurians. One had a face like a human, the Anunnakis, the Najarus, Ashtar Command. I mean, come on, man, it's all there. People just way behind, and they say young girls just be talking and making stuff up. No, everything I'm saying is already out. You can't make. I'm baking the cake and putting icing on it, but I ain't making the cake from shit that don't already exist. Flour's already out there. Doc already put the flour out there. The eggs is already out there. Elijah Muhammad put the eggs out there, right? The butter is already out there. Noble Drew Ali put the butter out, right? So we got to we using the ingredients that's already out there, man. So you can't say I'm making nothing up. The shit is already out. Elijah Muhammad already said people on Mars. Doc already said people on Mars. So when I come to break down the different species on Mars, you can't say young making it up. People already said it. That part. And on that note, man, if you want to show us some love, the Cash App, man, the Young Elder, like I said, we want to get those 8 books. And if you said it's 50, we'll send you 2. We'll send you the other 2 next week when we get them. We're gonna write your email address down, and we'll send you the 8 books. I mean, the other 2 books next week when we drop them. Yeah. Other than that, man, we're gonna be back. We got stuff coming out tomorrow, man. We got a tape coming out tomorrow that y'all gonna like. Another one of those AI type tapes. That's gonna have pictures and everything to it, and it's gonna be on some of the stuff that we talked about on this tape. It's gonna be a good one though. We dropping nothing but 5 straight bangers. You know what I'm saying? Straight heat. And like I say, man, go tell them. And for the people that say, "Oh, he's that Yahweh," they don't like Yahweh. They don't like Inky. King Yahweh as being Inky. Okay, so that's cool. That's your perspective, right? But like I'm saying, if you say he not, then produce the real one. Because if you know that he not, then you know who the real one is. Oh, Inky's 7 foot. No, he's not. He's not 7 foot. Inky's 6 feet. Bible said that in the Holy Tablets. He's not 7 foot tall. He's not the same height as the regular Anunnaki. He's not full-blooded Anunnaki. Murdoch is not full-blooded Anunnaki. Murdoch is part Nomos, part Dragonian, part Anunnaki. His mother was part Nomos. His dad was part Dragonian. Inky. That's a lot. Is really Inanna. That's Enlil's daughter. Also, there's another a lot really is a title. Like I said, another title. Another person had that title was Damkina. Damkina is Ink Murdoch's mother. She had the title a lot. Damkina, who was Murdoch's mother, right? Because the Nomos, a certain group of Nomos got put over the moon. Her father and them, they got put over the moon and Mars. Alelu and them. And Alelu got mad about this because he said they kept on overlooking him. And that's why him and Nu got into a fight. At the last battle that they had, they got into a fight over this because he said, "Y'all," he said, "You just overlooking me. Like I'm in line before y'all overlooking me." You know what I'm saying? On because he said, "I found the gold. I found the gold, and now y'all just taking over the operation." Inky and it was Inky and Enlil. They was trying to make take over the operation. So Alelu was over the operation at first though. Then once the gold operation wasn't going as good because the Laylu was jacking around and he ended up getting fired by Anu. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when Inky said, "Oh, I can do it." You know what I'm saying? And then the people of Key, right? They were Inky's people, so they was more comfortable with Inky, being that he was already half Anunnaki. He was like an intermediary between them and the people that was already here. And so they like the Inky. That's why Inky got sent to be over the gold operation. Now once Enlil was on Nubaru and he was sitting and saw all them dump trucks, they had these cylinder type crafts that looked like they haul gold like dump trucks, right? Once Enlil saw all the gold that was coming, he was like, "Oh, it's a lot of gold." And then he heard how Inky's name was ringing on Nubaru, like, "Oh, Inky's there, man. My son Inky." Nu was just talking about him like it ain't nothing. "Oh, my son Inky, man, he's doing this, he's doing that. He's got the gold operation. Everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna go back to Ridge. We're gonna patch it up. Everything's good, man." And so Enlil heard that and said, "Damn, my dad is talking about. He's not talking about me. He's talking about Inky most of the time." So he got jealous. He wanted to go see what Enlil was doing on Earth with the gold. I mean, what Inky was doing with the gold operation, right? And so that's when he came down. He saw, "Oh, I see what he's doing. I could take over this." So he went back and told his dad, "Oh, I want to go be over the gold operation," like a crybaby, like a sucker. I can tell you a whole bunch of stories about Enlil being a sucker, man. I caught Enlil slipping one day. Telling you, I can tell you a whole bunch of stories about Enlil behind, boy. He dirty. He a dirty player. Anything Inky did, Enlil went against it. And anything Enlil did, Inky went against it. Just because he went against, it was the back and forth, man. The war between brothers story plays out in so many different stories. Like it plays out with Anu and his brother. It plays out with Anshaw and his brother, which is Anu's father. Him and his brother got into a beef. And that's what caused a family split a long time ago. Then Laylu and his brother get into it. I mean, Laylu and Nuke get into it. Then Inky and his brother get into it. Then Satuk and Osiris, which is Osiris is Inky's son. Satuk is Shamgazu's son. But they had the same mother. Him and Osiris had the same mother. But she was Semgazu's son. Keep in mind, Shagazu back then, man, making Whoopi. The reason why y'all thinking that, oh wait, why all these people having different babies with these people? Back then, the Anunnakis don't look at sex how you look at it, right? The Anunnakis don't look at sex how you look at it. They make like animals on their planet, on Numeru. They make like animals, like in the wild. It ain't no, oh, she got 4 different baby daddies. It ain't no thing up on Numeru like that. That's only in American culture. Or really Earth culture. Oh, he got more than one wife. That's only in Earth, certain cultures down here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sleep with their daughters. Uh, Sons sleep with mothers. It happened. It happened in some cases. Not in all cases, but in some cases that happen. With yeah. But it ain't sex is not looked at like it's looked at down here. It's looked at nasty and creepy down here. Up on Nubaru, it's like a magical thing. Yeah, pretty much. They are the elites. You ain't doing nothing new under the sun, man. They smoke joints and everything, drink beer on Nubaru. And people might say, "Oh yeah, y'all a black devil for telling everybody that." Man, that's the truth. That's the damn truth. They got ashtrays on Nubaru. You might think that young crazy. They got ashtrays on Nubaru. In a certain room, it's a certain room. And but it's a thing. The reason why you think that certain things are bad, it's because you ain't smoking the real thing, like tobacco. Y'all not you smoking cigarettes, you're not smoking the real tobacco. You smoking some 4,000 chemicals that made up in the lab with some paper. You ain't smoking real Indian tobacco like the Native Americans was doing. Nobody never died from cancer when they was smoking real tobacco. Real tobacco. I know this shit they created up in the lab. Do you know they use tobacco to cure Ebola? Now put that in your pipe and smoke that. You know what I'm saying? They use tobacco to cure, yeah, real tobacco, not this you could take tobacco, real tobacco, and chew it up. We as Native Americans, we used to use that to patch wounds, bullet wounds and arrow wounds. We used to use tobacco to patch it up, tobacco and make it heal. Yeah. So, but like I say, you smoking the stuff that they say that might cause cancer on it, or surgical warning. That's because it's not tobacco. They probably got a little bit of tobacco in it, but it's mostly paper and chemicals they added. I'm telling you, man. Even the new wacky tobacco is what we call it as Native Americans. Even the new wacky tobacco is not even real wacky tobacco no more. It's some shit they put in the lab. They did crossbred heroin with opium with with the weed. Yeah, see, okay. The thing about the weed thing, and I'll leave you on that. We've been this 2 hours. Damn. The thing about the weed is that what people are using it for now is recreation, and really it was a Native American ceremonial herb that was used to make peace. They call it peace grass. And Mark Brady actually taught us this. One of my teachers, Mark Brady, our Tomb Ray, is what we call him too. They would have a meeting, like say if me and you was part of a tribe and we got into it, and we had a beef. At the end of the day, as the sun would go down, the chief would send a strong person of our tribe to come get both of us and bring us to the teepee with the medicine man sitting there. And he applied what they call a peace pipe, right? This is the word, peace pipe, to make peace, right? And then he would put the wacky tobacco, what you call weed, wacky tobacco, on the peace pipe, right? And then they would take 2 puffs, puff, puff, pass. So you're only supposed to take 2 puffs of it, not smoke a whole joint to the head, or a whole damn bazooka blunt to the face. Actually, go look up the word blunt. It actually means not the sharpest knife in the draw. If you go look up the word blunt, go look it up. You know what I'm saying? Not the sharpest knife in the draw. So when you're smoking it, it's what you're smoking it in. The cigar, you smoking it in shit that ain't tobacco, or not real banana leaf. The natives used to also take apples and punch holes in them and put it on an apple and smoke it through an apple, all natural. But it was naturally grown. Now most of this shit is like laboratory now. And like I say, when we used to hit the shit, puff puff pass. Usually after we all hit it, we usually talked our differences out. And usually it came down to, oh man, we was just tripping, man. When usually niggas get high, they like, oh yeah, well, I ain't worried about that no more, man. It was all good. Yeah. So you hug, and dap each other up, and y'all back cool. Y'all might be even tighter than y'all was before y'all got into it. So it was used to make peace, not to recreation, right? That's what Doc even said. They can take their frozen food and they rib about them grand, but leave the weed. Leave the weed. But people smoking it every day, all day, so they really ain't got time to let their neurons relax from producing so much melatonin and dopamine. Some people can handle it. They got high talents. Like Faye say, we praying to the dope god, man. The dope god. It's a dope god out here, man. You can pray to that dope god. Yeah, dope. short for dopamine, which is a hormonal substance that the brain produces in order to create a happiness and relaxation and calm type feeling. You have another serum in your brain that's produced by a thing called a pineal gland, which is a solar converter. That's what the pineal gland is. It converts solar energy of sunlight into liquid sunlight, which is sometimes referred to as melatonin, which is the fuel you need to get the hell out of here. So understand, you need that sun to get out of here. Melatonin is how we get out of here. And how do you get out of here? Going within. And the key word is imagination. Imagination rules the nation, not no conversation. Niggas already talking too damn much as it is. And the niggas that do a lot of talking, they get what their ideas from the niggas with the imagination. So imagination rules the nation. And on that note, we out. Peace. Hit that like, y'all.